The Payment Info worksheet uses lookup, financial, and logical functions to calculate the annual percentage rate, or APR, the monthly payment, and the monthly PMI for the loans you are reviewing for the Townsend Mortgage Company. Rates vary based on the number of years needed to pay off the loan. You use a function to look up the years in column F for each loan, compare it to the years column in the lookup table in the range D4 E6, and return the rate. The lookup and reference function category contains the VLOOKUP function. Press Tab to move to the next argument box in the dialog box. Press F4 to make the reference to the table array argument absolute so that it does not change as you copy the function down the column. The 2 represents the second column in the lookup table. Typing false specifies that the lookup function must find an exact match for the number of years. For the first loan with a 25-year term, the function returns 3.625% APR. Copy the VLOOKUP function down the APR column. You use the PMT function to calculate the monthly payment for each loan. The monthly payment represents the monthly amount required to pay back the principal amount with interest. The financial category contains the PMT function. Because these payments are made every month, you must divide the APR by the number of months in a year. Press F4 to make the divisor, B5, absolute so that it does not change as you copy the formula down the column. Multiply the number of years by the number of months in a year to calculate the total number of monthly payments necessary to completely pay off the loan. Finally, enter D9 as a negative value in the PV box. Entering the cell reference as a negative makes the calculated result a positive value. The first monthly payment is $1,723.73. Copy the VLOOKUP function down the monthly payment column. Lenders often want borrowers to have at least a 20% down payment. If borrowers do not make at least a 20% down payment, they pay a private mortgage insurance, or PMI, fee. The PMI fee is about 0.38% of the amount financed. You want to use the if function so that PMI is charged only if the borrower makes less than a 20% down payment. The logical test determines if a condition is true or false. In this case, the condition determines whether the down payment rate is greater than or equal to 20%. If the results of the logical test is true, then the borrower does not pay PMI and the resulting value is 0. If the logical test is false, the borrower pays PMI, which is calculated by dividing the yearly PMI, 0.38%, by 12 and then multiplying the result by the amount financed. Copy the if function down the monthly PMI column. Only the third and fourth borrowers must pay PMI. The VLOOKUP, PMT, and if functions are useful to improve efficiencies and to perform complex calculations. You will find these 3 functions helpful as you continue building more complex spreadsheets in Excel.